Chariot, Gunge. Hi everyone, welcome to Taekwondo Thursday. So this is the third and final part of the series on core work in terms of rotational core. So if we just recap quickly on what we did over the last couple of weeks, the first part was getting an awareness of how easy it is to go beyond the point of focus. In other words, miss your target with a spinning kick if you don't know how to control the spinning, i.e. the rotation. So if I'm kicking towards the camera, it's important that I'm able to stop my spin and not keep going. So it's almost like a hooking kick. Now when we do a hooking kick, we still need to stop the spin. We have to control our core. So awareness is the first part, so that you know when it's happening. Part two, then, we talked about how to do certain exercises that will help you to control that spinning. And now for part three, we're going to look at exercises that will help you to develop the power in your rotational movements. So we're thinking about hip twists there. So we'll look at it in terms of hand movements first, and then we'll look at how we can actually use training tools to develop this power. So let's look at how we can affect the impact of a target by actually using our core. So if I'm just using my arm alone, I can get a certain amount of power. But if I stop using my arm and I just use my hip twist, so my arm's fixed, you can see that I can still hit the target even without actually moving my arm. Now when we combine the two, you're applying the muscles and the mass from your body, from your core, and you now can add the acceleration from your arm. When you combine them, it's infinitely more powerful. So one way you could start is start exaggerating the movement slightly. Lengthen the lever of the arm, overdo it a little bit, and just get the feel for twisting, putting your core into the actual movement. The next thing to do then is, can you generate the same power? This would happen over weeks or months of training. Start with small movements. Can you generate power with minimal twist? That way you're able to generate a lot of power with a very small, quick movement, but you're still using your core. So again, it comes back to get the feel for the movement, and then you're going to be able to develop it and finesse it so that works really, really well for you. Let's look at some exercises that we can do. We can do Russian twists, which is a variation of doing the good old-fashioned sit-up using not too heavy a medicine ball. This is 5 kilos, so this would be fine for me. You could go to 3 kilos for somebody who's maybe not very strong or a junior. And all you do is, as you do your sit-up with control, you come up and you move your medicine ball to one side and then to the other. You can touch the ground if it's comfortable. And it's working that rotation. So this is good for building your endurance. And it's also good for working your core in the sides of the plane, because you have to come forward and back as well as rotate. And remember, we very rarely move in one plane only. For most martial movements or any sport movements, we tend to work in more than one plane at a time. So there's your Russian twists. Let's look at a couple more now. The next one I want to show you is wall slams. So from here, all you do is you'd use, again, a wall ball is ideal because it just hits the wall and it'll drop. So from here, it's about working that core again, that rotation, and you're going to hit the wall as hard as you can. You need to make sure that you have a wall that obviously you won't damage. So it's very important that you choose your environment for this kind of training. So here, it's all about being explosive and using your hips to slingshot the ball. Pick it up. Because we're generating power here, it requires maximum effort. So you're not going to be looking to do a lot of repetitions here. 5, 6, maximum 8 repetitions. And of course, work right and left side of the body. You don't just have to use a ball. You can use a sandbell, which I showed you last week. Sandbells work quite easily as well. From here, this is too light to be quite honest, which is only 3 kilos, but it's what I have to hand. So just to demonstrate, so here, slingshot, and of course when you go lighter, you do generate more speed as well, so that has its own advantages. There's another kind of a ball that you can use, think like a basketball, where it bounces. So one, now you have to catch the rebound. Throw, catch the rebound. So this ball won't work obviously, but now you're working on that elasticity. So it's one catch, like that. And again, you can do 6, 8, maybe even 10 repetitions because it's going to be over really quick. So it's here, here, here. Now you can also do this without a ball. You can work on some of your striking or blocking actions from here like this and just work on that raw speed here, where it's all about the core. There. And if you do it right, your microphone will go flying off your lapel just like mine did, which kind of proves the point of it being explosive movements. So that's part 3. It's the last part on core rotational work. Hope you enjoyed it and you found it helpful. Cheerio! Kyungye!